Well, hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back. Good to see everyone. Come on in. Do me a favor when you come in. If you're here, you already know. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. Ladies, gentlemen, people, it's December 9th, 2025. It's getting closer to Christmas. It feels like the holiday season around here. And so good to see you, Microwave Cheese. What is up? I'm still waiting for Jen Soto to be arrested, too. But I'm not sitting there quietly with my hands tied up. We're working on it. So I know what the picture is. Arrest Jen Soto. And my boy Jumpas, good to see you, my friend. I'm here to give you your rat. I've got plenty of them, like like some say. So what's up, my friend? Good to see you. How's everybody doing? Clark, my girl, what's up? Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you so much for the $1.99 towards our goal. Mom, glad you're here. Love you. I hope you're keeping warm. Sabrina the middle aged witch, I got you. We're working behind the scenes to help little Braden get some Christmas gifts. So I got you on that. I've got one other person in mind, mommy, twin boys. I'm going to help her out with some Christmas presents for her boys. And that's why I mentioned Christmas. I know everybody's all doing the same thing, scrambling. So what one way you can help out for free is by hitting that like button. All right. And welcome to all the new members, those that don't have a membership. What's up to y'all? James, good to see you. All right, listen, I'm gonna put this up there while I'm talking. Sebastian Rogers, happy 17th birthday. Days ago this weekend, that's how it was celebrated. And I'm not too happy about this case the more and more I dig. Now, I haven't been covering it much because I was on the Madeline Soto case and things kind of died down. But Sebastian Rogers went missing the same day that Madeline Soto did. And she was found. That wasn't good, right? Maddie Soto, may she rest in peace. February 2024. He's been gone for 654 days, nearly 22 months, almost 2 years. This case, I want you all to know, is not, I repeat, is not considered a cold case. It remains active with the FBI and TBI as well as local authorities. All right. So Sebastian's birthday what was this weekend. There was a turnout. They had nonprofit Culvers giving away well awareness, giving away shakes or what have you. All right. So I hope people turned out there. We have some audio from Seth, and we're going to go over the audio from Katie. And oh boy, I'm never, ever happy about having to do that because Chris and Katie switch like a light switch. They switch off and on. It's the weirdest thing. Katie acts all meek and demure. She was, in fact, the last person to be seen with Sebastian and his mother. She's his mother. So she should have been watching him. I believe at this point, she holds the key. And the deeper I get, the more I tell you, not only is this interview, it's just she starts off right out the gate correcting herself hardcore in talking about Sebastian as if he was already dead. All right. So I've noticed in other interviews of Katie's, she does that the whole time. This time, I think she went to her friends and said, I want to go on the channel. Now, if you didn't hear it, the reason you didn't hear it is because Katie decided to go to a channel that is a lot smaller. There was only 2,500 views. All right. I think she went to a friend and said, hey, it's Sebastian's birthday. I got to do something. Seth is out there celebrating and trying to raise awareness. So I'm going to come on your channel. I'm going to talk just enough to not make sure I say something really messed up. But right out the gate, she uses it in the past tense. All right. I mean, so many things. We're talking about that. We're talking about the bites that we've never discussed on my channel. Where did those bite marks come from on Chris Proudfoot? Okay. There's a lot today. So Katie speaks on Sebastian's 17th birthday. We got that clip. We've got a quick tribute to Sebastian with a bunch of pictures that you may not have seen. All right. And the messed up thing is the last time we were listening to these videos, Katie was Billy Badass. Katie was like, you motherfucker, get off my property. You're trespassing, you bitch, to somebody that was trying to help. A private eye that was trying to help, and now we got her back on here. I'm missing him. And then she goes on to say in the very beginning of it, the faults about Sebastian. It's not like, man, he was a great, or he is a great artist, or was. And she goes to still kind of complain about him, which is the weirdest thing ever. And on top of that, what's up, Microwave Cheese? Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Found or not, found is all just very bad. And I believe that, I was just catching up on this, and they say that 75% of the time when a child goes missing or dead, kidnapped, abused, it's somebody the family knows. And I'm going to pop the first video on just quickly so you can hear Chris Proudfoot telling us that he probably got kidnapped, but then contradicting himself. It's the wildest thing how these people go out there, and it's like they think that we're going to forget. Explain that, Chris. Why don't you ask Jay for a link? You're listening, right? I know Seth does, and Seth will pop on here. That's great to you know what? That's great that you said that, because another thing that I was looking up was Chris also said that he didn't put a lock. He said he didn't put a lock on that fridge for Sebastian to not sneak snacks because he didn't have to. He said when he was out of town, he could see everything that was happening through the camera in the kitchen. They had cameras that he could watch him on when he was gone. Make that make sense. All right, I'm going to just pull this down. I'm going to put some pictures up. I'm going to say thank you all the way around to Lady Freedom that not only let us use her, I tagged her, and it's letting us use the interview. I hope I always do fair use, but she put this together, which I'm going to leave up while I'm talking to you. So, we had 111. Now we're at 122. Say a prayer that Sebastian is brought home. All right. I'll slow that down just a little bit. I have it on 2 times the speed. Well, I just want you guys to see these beautiful pictures of Sebastian. He would be 17 at this point. And it's a little beautiful little angel, by the way. Now, listen, that got me real good when I read. First of all, he's been missing 654 days. Unacceptable, way too long. This is not a cold case. There's still $50,000 reward. But I was looking for the clip of Chris Proudfoot saying that he doesn't have to lock the fridge because when he's gone, he can see everything. He sees everything Sebastian is doing, and that is part of a leaked recording. Now, I ask you guys, if he didn't need to lock the fridge because he could see everything on the cameras, where is the camera? Chris and Katie. Lisa, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And thank you, Jason Jensen, for coming and popping in. Jason Jensen, you guys, I sang his praises in the Rosie case, the 30-year-old little Rosie case. And then I realized that Jason Jensen's also working on he's a super PI. He's also working on, I can't remember all the large cases, but welcome, Jason. I support you all that you do. Amen to you. I just really, I'm a fan of you, Jason. I'm fangirling, whatever you want to call it, over you right now. So welcome. Thank you for being here and for all that you do. If you guys know who Jason Jensen is, or even if you don't, he says, I'm a fan of yours. Hey, I'll take that because I'm fangirling over you right now, Jason. I would be out there every day, all day, trying to help children if I didn't work all day, but I do what I can. So welcome to Guilty of Crime chat. Y'all give him a warm welcome. And Lisa, thank you so much. Love you and what you do. All right. So this got me set off when I'm looking at these, things that Chris and Katie have done and said. And did we just forget about it? Did we forget that he clearly in his own voice says that he didn't need a lug because he could see everything that was going down in that household? Make that make sense. Now, a lot of these are in like leaked audio. They went on the TikTok and a lot of the drama or trauma channels. All right. So I just want you to understand that there's several leaked audios of Chris and Katie that surfaced from 2024 onto YouTube and TikTok. All right. The specific fridge related comment appears in discussions where Chris describes monitoring Sebastian's behavior at home when he's away. So, guys, even if Katie had something to do with this, again, she was the last person, and I believe she's the key to this. I also believe Chris was right there with her. They used the cameras. If they were on the phone for 3 hours on the way back, she used those cameras to have him help do whatever, and then they got rid of the cameras. I don't know. Well, I don't know how else to go around the fact that he said in his own words in this audio that he monitors Sebastian when he's away. That's never going to make sense to me. And those have been verified. So, hey Jay, early on, in my opinion, that was a landfill search looking for the cameras. Okay, well, that was not that one. This particular one I just heard on a live stream today, him saying that he can monitor Sebastian from anywhere, which makes no sense. Shelly Klein, good to see you. Kiki, how you doing? Darlene, my girl. Wesley, always prayer for you. Carol, how you doing? Jenny Machete, good to see you. I haven't seen you in quite some time. All right, guys, best way to do it is to hit that like button. Help me out. I see a lot of my Madeline Soto people in here from Florida. Thank you for being here and just being part of this community to help. All right, we're almost past this part. I wanted you to see the full happy birthday tribute, so we're not losing the fact that we want Sebastian to know how much we love, care for him, and are on the side of Sebastian. We're Sebastian strong. We are not on a side other than bring Sebastian home. All right. And Seth is the biggest, loudest supporter. Foxy Amazon, thank you so much for the Guilty of Crime membership in honor of Christopher, who was gone too soon. All right. So there's another happy birthday for you. Then if he was able to monitor him, then should know where he is. And they should have cameras in the house to maybe hear somebody that broke in. We're going to hear this right now. This clip did not have to do originally with my episode today, but I'm real heated after doing the research for the last 2 days. And I know I missed you guys yesterday, but it just gave me extra time to put into the show today. Jenny, good to see you. You're modding when I miss. Oh, there's a smile for you, girl. That made me smile. Thank you. None of these parents have nothing to do with Sebastian Mission. No one knows what happened, Victoria says. Interesting. Let's listen to this then. Why don't we listen to this? And we'll see that if none of them know, why does he know? If he doesn't know, how does he know so much so often? All right, let's listen to this real quick, and then we'll get into the
Sebastian Rogers is now 16. He went missing over a year ago in Hendersonville, Tennessee, when he was 15. He was last seen on February 25th, 2024, reported missing the next day on February 26th, 2024. He disappeared from in his home, from in his bedroom. His mother said she was in the living room. He went to his bedroom. She heard a thud. And then the next morning, she woke up and he was gone. There was no signs of forced entry anywhere in the house, and the windows were all closed and locked from the inside. He also was not picked up on ring camera footage from neighbors to indicate that he walked out of the house and ran away or wandered off somewhere. Anyway, now we have audio of Chris Proudfoot, who is Sebastian's stepfather.
And guys, don't worry. We're going to get to the last part of this segment is going to literally be the bite that he had on his arm. We're going to break it down scientifically for y'all after we're done with everything else. So we might be quite long today. Buckle up, grab your drink, get some snacks, and hit the like button. All right, let's keep going. Listen closely here.
Basically saying that he's more worried about Sebastian being kept by someone somewhere and then him managing to escape and then running and yelling for help and people not knowing that he's actually a missing child.
What I'm more afraid of is, no joke, is, somebody has him and he escapes and gets out on his own and he runs and screams for help, that enough people don't know about the situation. And
agreed.
there's a lot of folks out there that don't actually know the whole situation, or even know that Sebastian's missing.
Sorry.
I mean, tell us what that situation is so we can all know what the situation is, because I want to know what the situation is, don't y'all? Just saying.
But that doesn't really make sense. You're more concerned about him escaping and yelling and screaming for help and other people not knowing that he's a missing child. Most people who see a child who's running, screaming for their life are going to help the child or at least call law enforcement. If Sebastian was being held by someone, him escaping and yelling and screaming for help would be huge. I think we would all want that, but it doesn't seem like Chris Proudfoot does. Despite there being an active Amber Alert for Sebastian, there's no actual evidence, concrete proof that Sebastian was ever abducted by anybody. So is Chris Proudfoot insinuating something here? Does he maybe know that Sebastian is being held by someone, and him saying that he's concerned about Sebastian escaping? But not just escaping, just escaping and other people not.
Escaping? Does that mean that they used to lock him in his room? Does that mean they took his shoe? And I'm just making this up, right? I'm at this part. This is not like me reporting news. I'm reacting to this. All right. I'm reacting to the windows locked. He came home with his mom and no shoes, no glasses, didn't take anything but a little yellow flashlight. Make that make sense. You can't do. What does that mean? Escaping? Is that what they did to him when he was in trouble? They locked him in the room. You guys tell me what a situation means and why everybody doesn't know about it. Why even say that? It just doesn't make sense. All right, now we're going to fast forward to a couple of days ago, this weekend, for Sebastian's birthday. All right, and we, like I said, we've got a big show today, so buckle up because we're going to be here for a little while, hanging out together, gifting memberships, hopefully, and all of the above. Let's go.
Was this past weekend. Reporter Steve Mailing shows us
back up a little
from his mother's home northeast of Nashville in February of last year. His 17
Yes, one more time. Where did he go missing from?
Has autism and disappeared from his mother's home northeast of Nashville in February of last year. His 17th birthday was this past weekend. Reporter Steve Mailing shows us how family and friends honored him.
For Seth Rogers, Culvert's malts remind him of his son Sebastian and the near 2 years Seth has spent searching for him.
Flyers get taken down. People sometimes think that he's been found, and he hasn't been found.
The now 17-year-old teen with autism went missing without a trace in February of 2024, and Seth has never given up hope that his son will be found.
It's my job and my duty as his father, as a parent, to go down every rabbit hole I can to find my son, because at the bottom of one of those will be Sebastian.
I talked to Seth outside of the Clarksville Culvers, which gave away free malts and handed out flyers in honor of Sebastian's birthday.
This will be another birthday. It's going to be another Christmas.
Now, remember, they were out there. He was out there, and the Proud Feet were not out there doing that. He's been consistently out there with little to no help. I wish I was in Tennessee. I wish I were in Tennessee. I wish I was closer, because I would get out there with that man and grab some dang flyers and hand me a microphone, whatever, a megaphone, and help the man. I saw a little bit of the turnout, but it just didn't look like there were too many people interested. And instead, Katie decided to go on a channel that almost nobody would have heard what she said. All right. And again, right out of the gate, she uses him in the past tense. So let's keep going. We got a while today.
If he's not found before then, something that a parent never wants to actually have to go through.
Welcome.
Since Sebastian has been missing, Seth has led the charge in searching for his son, with calls from investigators seemingly going silent as time passes.
I've put over 36,000 miles on my truck in Leeds.
36,000 miles on his truck in Leeds. And I'm going to stop just for a second, because I do remember I blanked out. Jason Jensen, PI, you're also working on the Summer Wells case. Is that correct? I'm covering Summer Wells tomorrow. There's some pretty interesting things happening in the Summer Wells case. Jason Jensen, he said I would offer to help too. I mean, just saying, but I don't know if people want to. I don't know if people want the help, Jason. I mean, Seth wants the help, but Katie and Chris clearly don't want the help because, well, I don't know why. Why is Katie raising money for a memorial scholarship instead of raising money for billboards or other means to find her son? Memorials are when someone has died. I wish I had a bell on here right now or a little button that I can press that's like ding, ding, ding. You got it. Dang, that's just wild. I can't imagine losing a child either and having the other parent dog you, not talk to you when everything was okay before that. What's happened now? What's changed? And thank you for being here, Jason.
Feel like
I
I'm the only
appreciate you.
parent out here looking for my son. And that's that's sad. That's sad for my son to have been staying someplace and living somewhere where those people aren't even looking for him.
Yes.
Leads that have taken him to Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Mississippi, and a handful of other states. It's an investigation he wants the FBI to take control of, a request he feels has fallen on deaf ears.
They may not like me saying it, but I'm invested. It's my son. They're not. It's just another person to them. I refuse to accept that.
He wants the community to continue to keep their eyes open, pass out
understood.
flyers, and help him bring his son home safe.
If you are seeing this, Sebastian, phone number is still the same. Call me. I will come and pick you up. I don't care where you're at. If I got to get a boat.
I feel so bad for Seth. I mean, and I know he pops here time to time, so I say a prayer for you, Seth. Jason Jensen, that's awesome of you saying that you would help, of course, just to help, because that is what we do when we want to find a missing child or even raise awareness so people do know he's missing and they don't see a child running and not know what to do. That's the weirdest, most absurd thing that I've heard in a while from anybody that didn't have anything to do with it. Poor, I do feel bad for Seth. He has a huge hope that he's going to bring Sebastian home alive. The longer someone's missing, the greater the likelihood of death. And Jason, here's the thing. I go on statistics. That's what I base most of my thought process on, is statistics and just real life experiences. And it's a huge likelihood, not only that he's not with us, but that somebody in the family or close to the family did this. All right, let's keep going. We got a long show.
I'll come pick you up, son. I'm looking for you, and I won't stop until I find you. I love you, boy, and I will always love you.
That was Steve Mailing reporting. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to Sebastian's whereabouts.
All right. That was really awesome of the Culvers to do that. Let me get this out of here. My internet has been really slow, guys, and so I have been a little bit later because I'm trying to get the episodes ready, and the internet doesn't want to help. So thank you guys for being here and being patient. Just look quickly. I want to make sure Culver's gets the spotlight for doing an awesome thing. Culver's to host the event, which one of our local people said it was a great turnout, which is awesome. So they want to bring awareness back. Sebastian was 17 now for his birthday, missing since February 26, 2024, Clarksville, Tennessee. That was really awesome of them as a nonprofit, and Culver's in Clarksville teamed up to host the event to bring Sebastian Rogers case back to the forefront in Tennessee. Sebastian is 17 now, or would be, with autism, who had been missing from Hendersonville since February 26, 2024. As we said earlier, still an Amber Alert. It was issued back then, and it remains active. Voices of Truth, a nonprofit advocacy group, definitely go subscribe to their channel as well on YouTube, says their sole mission is to find Sebastian Rogers. The group hosts a weekly YouTube show sharing information that they believe could help bring him home. Like I said, go subscribe to Voices of Truth if you haven't. And that's really awesome that they did the free mall and missing flyer for Sebastian. The nonprofit said it received support from Culver's in Clarksville to sponsor an awareness event on his 17th birthday. Guys, December 17th, the restaurant will be providing free malts. Is that a typo? That must be a typo. Anyway, Clarksville location on the day, passing out flyers. And if you were there, let us know in chat how it went. I do want to know how it went. Even further of it being good. Did anything really big pop out, stand out to you? Let me know. All right, there's a lot today, so let's drop this down and definitely say happy birthday to Sebastian. Dog said, look inside when I asked about his search. Interesting. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that to look right there. Yeah, it said the 17th. They messed up on that. I was like, no way. It's not even the 17th yet. And I want to welcome Corinne Busto for becoming a member to Guilty of Crime. You won't regret that. I promise. December month, you guys know we already give away Foxy Box merchandise, whatever we can to help. So that's what we're going to do all month long. Thank you so much, Microwave Cheese, for the gifted 10 Guilty of Crime memberships. Darcy says she's proud to be here. Let's get into that. Let's get into this episode now of Katie Proudfoot. Now, I went through the Lady Freedom's raw narratives because I really, truly, honestly, deeply tried to stay away from the drama channels, and the channel that she went on, the original channel that she didn't get a lot of praise, but it's called Duchess, and it's Dutchy. And then we got Becky, which has a channel called Nonsense. Now, these are all the channels that I always speak to you about, where where Katie and Chris go to. So these are all the channels that they go to. And the last time I told you guys a bad rumor, there was a bad rumor about Katie and Sebastian, a possible pregnancy. And that's why. So those are the people that Chris and Katie talk to. There are a lot of local Tennessee people. This is the channel, but I'm playing it from Lady Freedom, which I put into the description. Welcome, Kiki, 1993. You're very welcome. Jamie Casey, my girl, good to see you. Jamie is the one that came and did a meet and greet with me, Jay from Guilty of Crime. She came all the way over to the Bay Area, and she even bought me lunch. So thank you, Jamie. Big shout to you. Doodle says they go there for easy questions. Okay, now listen, right out of the gate. And welcome, and thank you all the mods that are here. Sin, thank you for being here. My girl Tiff, thank you for being here. Foxy, thank you. Holly, thank you. Carly, she's off doing something. Yes, Lady Freedom, fantastic job. Peppa Spray, good to see you. All right, let's get into this, guys. I'm calling whenever I call for Deception Detective, I'm calling for you, my friend. I would love you to analyze this audio right out of the gate. She uses it in the past tense, and then she gets underhanded softball questions. Instead of an overhanded hardball question, they're pitching softballs at her, and she's back in her little meek, let's find Sebastian, but we also need to find other children too. Now, you guys are a Guilty of Crime family that has been here since the Madeline Soto days, and Jen Soto saying, I talked to the news station because I wanted to find missing children. Oh yeah, and her too. Didn't even use Maddie's name. Wanted to find missing children. Do you guys remember that? Jen Soto telling us about her interview and wanting to find missing children. She didn't say, I want to find my daughter, my only daughter, Madeline Soto. Please come home. No, I went on there to find missing children. What exactly children do you know that are missing? Oh wait, your only son? Oh wait, your only daughter? Okay, that makes sense. How the fuck do you not get together with the father and work together? It goes to show how selfish you are and who you prioritize, and you've got balls to talk about others' empathy, right? And then just to go on these channels and knowing that these are not. Why don't the interviews ask Katie why she stayed with her husband even after CPS visited their home more than once, and why she chose her husband over her son? Well, that's an easy question because she did that the second time as well. When Sebastian went missing, she chose her husband over Sebastian by just moving out. What if Sebastian wanted to come home? Where would he go home to? One man's trash. I agree. Everybody, I agree. Let's go. We got talk about some dog bites and Katie Proudfoot. I'm gonna put this up there so we can try to hear it, and I'll turn it up as loud as I can right out of the gate. Let me back it up just for a second. Right here where Seth is talking, and then you'll hear him, and then you hear her. What a difference. I love you, Sebastian. Father gives a message to missing teen, looking like he hasn't slept in a month, mind you, which I understand.
For you, and I won't stop until I find you. I love you, boy, and I will always love you.
Welcome, Katie.
Sorry, guys.
And Chris,
Hi,
if you're there.
Duchess.
How are you?
Okay, I guess. I don't have a word to truly say how I feel today. It's been rough. But I did want to
Do me a favor, you guys. I gotta just bust in for a minute, and then I will let you guys listen a little. I gotta interject. Number one, Lady Freedom is killing me with her. She's got these little those little clips that you put on there, and she's like, "Oh man, look at her! Oh, same thing every time." Yeah, it's like watching Jen Soto all over again. She doesn't speak directly to Sebastian. She never has. And then we go back. You fangirling too? Me too, fangirl over Jason Jensen. Jason Jensen is who I would aspire to be, the kind of person that I would aspire to be. Just an awesome person. Doesn't have no quit in him. Just let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Now listen, right out of the gate, we're going to correct ourselves about using our son in the past tense, which he's always done before anyway. Why try now to correct yourself? Just go with it.
come up, and I wanted to say thank you so much for what you're doing and for the advocacy. And I truly appreciate you helping in spreading the awareness and helping to keep Sebastian's name out there, and especially without all of the drama and whatnot.
Why does she say that? She's on the drama channel. What? Okay, guys, listen. This is like me going to burger joint, all right? Any burger joint, doesn't matter. I go to, let's say, the grossest. I go to McDonald's, right? And you see me sitting there at the table with a Big Mac, a ton of fries, chicken nuggets. I order another Big Mac, and I tell you guys, I'm really here to support you guys in having a really healthy lifestyle, and I want to be, and I'm stuffing burgers down my throat, asking for extra sauce, telling you that I'm trying to support y'all in your diet and me and my health. What? You're on a drama channel. What are you saying? Come on. Does that make sense? That is the biggest contradiction I've heard in my entire life in the recent, right in front of you guys. Right in front of you guys. I don't want the drama, but this is one of the biggest drama channels right here next to her that's joined the panel. What? These people make fun of freaking Brittany J. They make fun of Brittany J every freaking day. What are you talking about? Yeah, 2 Big Macs. Give me some fries, some extra sauce. And Dutchie didn't used to be in the crama, and now she is. All right. Wild.
You're absolutely welcome. It's my pleasure to help in any way that I can.
Thank you.
When you see these pictures of Sebastian, knowing that today is his 17th birthday, is there anything that you want to share about Sebastian today?
I've been blubberballing all day looking at him.
I've been blubberballing all day looking at him. Let me go back to Jen Soto. I've been ugly crying all day. No, you haven't. You've been ugly crying for Stephen Stearns, but you haven't been ugly crying. I've been blubberballing equals ugly crying, just in case y'all didn't know.
I shared some more pictures just to kind of give a little more perspective to Sebastian throughout the years. I know there's been limited pictures that we've put out, and
why?
I know some of these pictures when he is little, he is so precious as a baby.
He was just the most adorable toddler, and pretty cute as a teenager too. But every single one of these pictures I remember taking. That flower vase that you just showed. That was a Mother's Day gift that he made for me that year.
Let me find it again.
So what happened between now and then? I mean, I like the kids when they're smaller too. They're much more cute, and then they turn into teenagers and you're like, I want to strangle you, but not literally, only figuratively. And watch how the progression of her happiness and the joy with Sebastian, how it takes a turn as Sebastian gets older, as she starts to be with Chris Proudfoot. Watch how the joy and the light in her eyes just kind of disappears. Yeah, thank you. Yep, I agree.
Hang on. Let's see.
It
I still
really,
have it.
the different pictures that you're showing too really show how fast his hair lightens up
Hey, Brenda.
Oh
Sue.
yeah.
naturally in the sun. And hi, Katie. Sending you
Hi,
a hug
nonsense.
today.
His hair definitely looks different depending on the lighting and the time of year. Honestly, depending on how
Yeah.
much time he spent out in the sun and whatnot, it definitely it can look brown as brown can be.
All right, let me just throw you another underhanded softball. Why are we talking about his hair turning different colors when he was 4 years old? What does that have to do with it? Where's the desperation? Well, they're not desperation because she's never done this. Sebastian's been missing 22 months, and this is the first time she's showing certain pictures and saying some of the things that she did. Make that make sense. Welcome, Red Winery, by the way, and everybody else that's in here that I haven't seen before. Good to see you. Hit that like button and share this. If you know how to hype it, please do that after this video. Thank you.
1 minute, and then in different lighting, the blonde really comes through, which is why I like to share some of the more diverse pictures because, it helps with the perspective. If you see them, depending on the lighting and how it's cut, really does make it look a little different.
Absolutely.
I like this picture.
The picture with Christopher and I and Sebastian, that was, if I'm not mistaken, we were going into the haunted house.
And continue as these pictures go. I mean, does she really call him Christopher, or is she trying to like soften it up with us, Christopher in the haunted house? I wonder how many times he elbowed this kid and was like, Sebastian, stay on track, buddy, you're wandering away, or grabbing him by the ear. I could just imagine that, right? Veronica B, be true. Welcome to the crime crew. Appreciate you.
We have a real large haunted house. And we took him, and he was just so excited because he's like, I'm not going to be scared at all.
The genuine smile on his face.
Mhm.
Great. And it really
I love this one too, with the planets.
yeah.
Tell me about this picture.
So that was back when we were in California. That was his bedroom. And they were learning about the planets, and he was excited about it. And I found this kit, and each one of those planets we painted.
What does that have to do with bringing awareness to Sebastian on his birthday? I don't even hear a happy birthday. I really want my son home. She's talking in the past tense about everything because she knows he's in the past tense, guys. All right, that's what I got to say. And I know this is not going to be the popular opinion across the platforms, but it's been 2 years, lady, and you're just now coming out to say certain things. And why aren't you on here saying, I just want my son back? That night was the last time I saw him. It was horrible. I thought he was safe. We had just gone and we went bowling and we had a dinner together. If I'd have known that was the last time I'm going to hug my son, then tell us about the night. Tell us about the night that he disappeared. What were the last things that he did? He saw, you smelled, you did, you saw. What? That doesn't make sense. Jen Soto, Katie Proudfoot.
And then we put him up in his room, the solar system, and I found that the glow stars and moons and whatnot. And so at night, he would make sure his light was on, and at bedtime he would turn it off, and he would just have the whole solar system up there. And on his wall back there,
Yep.
his helper award that he got at school. He was so proud of that. We still have it hanging. It was a huge motivator for him.
That is
Now, listen, I hope that you guys, to the fullest, keep up on this case and remember, like we did with Jen Soto, we did a really good job, I think, as a community with Madeline Soto. And I got to tell you, I want you to remember that this is the last thing since Sebastian's gone missing that she didn't show up to. Why didn't that Chris and Katie suck it up and go to Culver's? And they know they would have attracted more people to hand out more flyers. But they also didn't go to the vigil because they were Harley shopping, and we have pictures of it. All right. There's also other times where they didn't go to the thing, but they made fun of Seth, and he dressed up as Seth and being a piece of shit at that last, what was it? And then the pig fest. Come on. Were we, any of us born yesterday, thought criminal? I know I wasn't.
wonderful. I love those planets. When I saw that, I was like, because I love space. And when I saw that, I was like, Sebastian and I have a lot in common.
He's gone through a lot of phases over the years.
I can imagine.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one right there.
Yes, it is.
That's a really good. His grin is so distinct.
Oh, that was the first day of school.
Listen, guys, if I ever do an interview like this, please stop me in the middle of the episode and say, Jay, what the hell are you talking about? You have this opportunity with the person that child's missing, and you're commenting on planets and how the hair looks when they're 4 years old when it hasn't even changed yet. Come on. Don't ever let me do an interview like this. Please slap the shit out of me if I ever do this.
I love this picture too, with his glove on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was, for a little while there, he was really into baseball. We would get tickets to go see the Padres play fairly regularly.
Exactly.
And we would go, and he got so into it that he became a hardcore Padres fan for a little while. And so we got him a glove, and we used to, out in the backyard, we'd throw the ball, and he was actually pretty good swinging with the bat. He was pretty good at it. Had a lot of fun going out there. He got to meet the entire team more than once.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm.
Tell me about this picture. I've got to know.
Also, tell me about the time where other people ask you questions that are actually relevant to Sebastian. And that's great, Sabrina. If you ask them hard questions, they cuss you out, and they go to the channels that do this to them. And, oh, you guys are the best. Look at how beautiful you look in that picture. Oh, what about, I like his glasses. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? If my kid was missing, I wouldn't go on a drama channel simply because it seems disrespectful. Well, those are the channels they've gone on the entire time. Oh, I like Chris's glasses there. Look at how nice those are. Oh, you're looking slim there. How about you? I like that corn you have.
When I saw it, I was like, hold on, what do we have going on here?
So
With this corn.
we have a tradition where every year we go to the state fair because all of us love the grilled corn. It's just not the same anywhere else, even at home. And so every year we go to the state fair and we get our grilled corn. And the two of them were sword fighting with their corn.
See, that was where I was going. I was like, what is happening here? I was like, is this
They were standing there in the middle of the walkway
sword fighting?
with the corn.
Yes, the corn.
Kids will be kids, won't they?
The big one and the little one in that picture.
Right. Exactly.
We
Now
got
this-
him that the unlimited ride bracelet, and he was more interested in getting his corn than he was riding the rides.
Oh my goodness. Well, that must be some good corn then, for sure. Now this looks like a scary picture right here, and Sebastian has got his lip
Now, listen, guys, I'm trying to let you guys listen to it, but it's absolutely ridiculous. This would be an interview that you would do when you already know that your child is literally no longer with you. You've buried him, had a memorial service. You would go on, like if you want to go on a drama channel, go. I don't know, is Maury Povich even around or alive? Still go on that show and talk about your corn. But really, what do we write down? Corn? Is that going to be? Are we going to get closer here? Jackstrom's like, I'm slowly dying here. All right, guys, hit that like button. And if you have an opportunity, help us with the goal. Thank you, Veronica. Welcome. And then I didn't get to say welcome. Thank you for being here for 13 months. All right, let's keep going.
Tell me more about this one.
That's the same night as the other picture. We were waiting in line to get in, and they had different characters running around and scaring people. And he scared Sebastian because he was so determined that he wasn't going to be scared. And we were standing there talking, and we saw him coming up, and he tapped Sebastian. And Sebastian turned around and jumped.
I'm sure.
I was like, I gotta get a picture of this. And he stuck his lip out. He's pouting.
Oh my goodness. I would have been, I don't know, beside myself. Tell me about this picture right here with the Grinch.
My goodness.
So that is a event that they do here. It's a charity event where.
All right, so look, guys, you guys were asking me the last time about the Pig Fest, and Christmas for Kids also does Pig Fest. It says Pig Fest beneficiaries. You guys were asking last time, but come on, guys. It's that's what it sounds like. What are you even laughing at? Tell us about the last time you were with Sebastian.
They bring in all these buses and they decorate them, and you get to go through and look at the buses and the decorations, and
Nope.
It's a charity event for the children.
Nope. This Dutchie person, a word around the street is that Dutchie is either a relative of Katie Proudfoot or they're like a cousin or a relative. So no, they're not easing into the questions. She knows them. That's so funny. That corn, just a knee slapper, doesn't it seem? Is the interviewer just no? That's my answer. That's my final answer. No.
Locally, and we go every year and we support. And Sebastian saw this Grinch and he loved it so much. He's like, I want to get a picture with him. I've got probably 100 pictures from that night because he was just posing with everybody.
I love that so much. And this must be an Halloween costume, or was this just a regular dress up?
The Transformer, no, that was Halloween. Oh no, sorry, the Naruto, that was Halloween as well. He as soon as he puts on his costume, he gets into character.
I have no doubt about that.
I got a bunch of pictures because he was just sitting there doing all his little moves, and he was doing his little dabby thing, and he was running like Naruto with his hands where they put them down like behind him, and they just take off running real fast.
And again, this is not us remembering Sebastian years later after we brought him home and, laid him to rest. And I figure if you guys have already heard this and this is like your third time, at least you'll get a little bit of laugh out of it instead of just being pissed off, because it really does feel like it's so scripted. All right, let's talk about Pigfest. I don't understand what the interview is accomplishing, and me either. But again, she's a friend, and Duchess is either a friend or a cousin, and they already have a rapport. I just heard from somebody in chat that Dutchie helped her put out fake divorce papers or something. Again, I do not watch those channels, so I try to stay away. Krista, good to see you. Janet says we go over a year, but not search for my son. Exactly.
That was what he wanted to be. So that year he was Naruto. I think him and his daddy were watching a lot of those anime cartoons and whatnot.
Okay, I love it. Now tell me about this one, because this is another favorite of mine.
Yep.
I love that picture.
That's actually creepy. That looks like the picture that might be on my thumbnail when we do bring Sebastian home, and you guys know what I mean. Again, I statistic wise, I don't think Sebastian's with us anymore. I do have the hope, and I want to keep that in the prayers for Seth when he has the hope that his son's coming home. I don't ever want to crush that, but statistically, he's he was going to be 17, guys. That was 2 years ago. Nobody's housing him for free. And the Proud Feet have even said they don't have the money to put him in a home somewhere or pay somebody. Nobody's going to do that. And, you know, Katie's family is a bunch of RSOs. So if he were with them, he would still be in danger. This picture is not a good one. It's a creepy one. I'll save it for later.
His face is so, he looks so happy in this picture. Tell me about it.
I love your picture. Did
If
you
I'm
love
not
your
mistaken, that's another Halloween. I don't know. It's just goofing off.
Mab, what's up?
Was Halloween the favorite? Was that the one that was like got the most joy? Was dressed?
Did they not write down questions to ask, or are they just winging it here? Did they get Katie Proudfoot on an interview, one of the most important interviews in the history of Sebastian being missing, and they're just pulling shit out of their, you know what? What's up, Mab? Good to see you. What kind of questions are these? What does this even mean? What are we doing? What?
Up and stuff.
It's definitely
love-
one of his favorite holidays.
That's what I figured.
I think he enjoys the things that we go out and do, like the haunted
Breaking
rides and the haunted houses and whatnot. But I think more than anything, he likes it because he gets a whole bunch of candy.
One thing about these photos, though, that you're sharing, Katie, is it really shows his ability to adapt in crowds, different situations, you know, around a lot of people. So that's a really good thing to know, that you guys had been out like sporting events, loud things. You know, if he was interested in it, it seems like he did really well and enjoyed himself.
Yes. So Sebastian was sensitive, or is sensitive to
there goes the past tense again, folks. He was sensitive. Nonsense is a handler, in my opinion, and when Nonsense does the shows, in my opinion, and stuff, is that your technical terms, and stuff? And I really like that. Like someone's elbowing her. Hurry up, fill the space. Fill the space? I can't find my questions that I wrote down. Oh, wait, you didn't answer. You didn't write down any questions because we're throwing underhanded softballs here. What is this? Welcome, everybody that's just rolling in. I couldn't do it without you.
And loud noises bother him, or loud noises bother him. But if it's something that he's enjoying or having fun with, he tends to cope a little bit better with it.
Yeah.
And it also depends on the day. He does have some days where it's more prominent or more bothersome, and other days where he can crank the radio up. You know, one day he'll reach over while I'm driving and turn the radio up real loud if he likes the song, and other days he's like, "Mom, can you turn it down? It's too loud." But I think it just depends more so on how he was feeling and what kind of noise it was as well. Like fireworks, we always gave him the sound headphones. We had.
So would that be weird for you guys if your son doesn't like loud noises? And now she's going to go on to talk about this for a while, because Katie loves to talk about the things that Sebastian didn't like, or the things she had to acclimate herself. Now tell me this, answer this question 100%, and don't lie to me. If your child doesn't like loud noises and you hear a, oop, my browser. Look at, let me hold on. Okay, so I have a green background. Can you see me? Do you see what just happened? I don't like loud noises, and I'm gonna refresh one more time, guys. All right, y'all are gonna have to get me on a green screen. I literally made the look at, and I'm like way big. So let me do this. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, I did the loud knee slapper and it like knocked me out. Hold on. It doesn't want to do that, y'all. It just knocked me out. Hold on a second. There it is. We can do that. We can do that. All right. Can you guys see me? I'm gonna leave the green background because I can't fix it right now. Thank you so much, Darcy, or Doris Miller for the $1.99 super sticker. Can you guys see me now? They don't want us to listen. No, they do. They do. Trust me. I still am going to make my point. No, it's just the camera. The camera did that. Okay, listen. If you had an autistic child that doesn't like loud noises, would you go into their bedroom? Would you go to their bedroom when you heard a loud noise, a thud? She just said that, and she said it many times. Yeah, we'll go Christmassy. All right, can you guys hear me? Can mods? Where are my mods? All right, let's keep playing this. All right, I guess you guys can hear me if you're not saying anything. Come, okay, good. My mods, instead of telling me if they could hear me, they're laughing at me. So there's that. All right, good. We'll be in the Christmas spirit. Now listen, if your autistic child doesn't like loud noises, the last night that Sebastian went missing and we heard a thud or a thump or a loud noise, why didn't she go check on Sebastian? Right? She goes off on a tangent for minutes about how he doesn't like loud noises.
He has a set of headphones like you would wear at the gun range where they're soundproofing.
Thank you.
And so because he hated fireworks, but we found out he actually loved the fireworks. He just hated the noise. And once we got him these his own headphones that he could put on, and we controlled that sound effect on it, then he turned out he loved it. And he was out there just having a great old time. Because we always do kids fireworks that they can partake in, and then we have like the real big ones.
It's just one more a good reminder of how much adapting and the ability of finding joy, even in all of this.
What are you trying to say? The adapting and the ability to find joy of, and in this what? Huh?
And this just, if he's out there, he could be, anything, like his ability to adapt and enjoy things. So it gives me hope.
Definitely.
I'm going to continue to hold on to that for you guys because.
And Chico says we've done hit 1K. Oh my gosh, y'all. It says here we've reached $1,567 of 2K. You guys are incredible. Y'all are showing off. Oh my God.
Now they could have done probably better if they would have went to a larger channel. And I'm glad that they're doing this, but why are they not raising the money to bring Sebastian home and for efforts for Sebastian? I'm not really sure about that. If someone could correct me in chat and let me know why you would be raising money for other autistic children when your son is still alive, right? He's missing, but we don't know that that just doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to y'all?
I cannot even believe this. 1581 right now. We're at 1581. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Sebastian would love that. He loves helping other people. Thank you all.
This is just, you guys are so amazing. Missing persons around the world, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Let me tell you this. I don't really think there was a thud. When I'm saying that, I'm being sarcastic, guys. The thud that I think happened was when something happened between Sebastian and Katie and a fight broke out or an accident. I think that thud was what Katie used as a point to remember what happened and to say, yeah, I heard a loud thud. That was it. I told him to go to bed. I went to bed, whatever. I didn't see him till the next morning. I don't really think there was a thud that happened. I think the thud happened from Katie. All right. What I was trying to say is, if that really was the case, why didn't she go check on Sebastian? Because he doesn't like loud sounds. I certainly would have.
This photo you have on your screen, I mean, every one of them, the genuine smile and joy, that his smile is so distinct in every one of these. And this is just, it's like a whole new, all these different features that I'm noticing that I didn't notice before. And some of the previous photos are just standing out to me. And I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
These are great, Katie. Thank you for sharing these with us today. I know today has got to be incredibly difficult for you, but
I just want him to know that he's loved and that we're out here and that we're still looking for him.
Absolutely. And we're here just to to help support in any way that we can, and for all of the parents, and I feel like that this is the time that we need to bring the focus back to Sebastian.
Absolutely.
So, and I appreciate you, coming up and sharing, your memories about these wonderful pictures that you sent us today, because it helps us to be able to share in those memories and know how important it is that Sebastian come home to his family where he's loved.
We all love him so much, not just me and both his dads, but the whole family. We all love him. And it's just incredibly difficult not having him home and not knowing where he is and if he's okay. But I know in my heart we're going to find him, because we're not going to stop looking. None of us are. Good, bad, and ugly aside.
Wait, you actually can't ever stop looking. So she's not lying. When she says we're never going to stop looking, she's absolutely not lying, because she never started looking. So there's not going to be a stop when you don't start. Just saying. And I've always thought that too. Linda says, I find the phone call that lasted 3 hours as a cover up for Chris to take Sebastian out of the house. And I don't think Katie can carry Sebastian. I don't go that far with it, what you're saying. And it's a possibility, but I do think that 3-hour conversation and that exact time that Chris had in his head, I think that absolutely has to do with an alibi. And she did. They all loved him. She's definitely used Sebastian in the past tense many times. I'm trying to get through this interview without stopping every second, but yeah, pay attention. And we call on the deception detective. All right.
We all love him, and we all have the goal of bringing him home.
Absolutely. This is Sebastian with his teachers here
at his 8th grade graduation. That was his 8th grade graduation day.
He seems like such a happy young man.
He is. He's so proud of himself in that picture. Those are some of his favorite teachers right there.
He's so proud of himself in that picture. Not, I'm so proud of my son. He was so happy in that picture. He's so proud of him.
Amazing. And he was excited. He got the color on the sheets before he went in.
I see that. And green, of course, because green is one of his favorite colors.
Absolutely.
And he loves his green tea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is one of my favorite videos of him ever. And it was so funny because I don't even remember what we were doing. He was just getting himself a drink, and out of nowhere he goes, "Hey, Mom." And I went, "What?" And he goes, and he looks and he giggles and he's like, "Hey, Mom, look, green tea." And he just thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
We talked about that, how you were saying, he was just
sense lots of joy that's being missed right now.
Green tea.
His jokes, the way he laughs when he tells a funny. He had there's a video that I put out that he was being goofy, and he had this like half gallon of green tea that he had gotten from the grocery store, and he thought of this joke, and he ran in the kitchen and he grabbed a green cup and he was like, "Mom, green And it was just so funny, and I was just like, dude, hold on, you gotta do that again. And I grabbed my phone and I was like, you gotta do it again. And he was like, green tea. And he was just like, it's not in the video, but he was just rolling because he just thought it was the funniest.
And behind this story, every time I've heard it anywhere, I get the feeling that Chris and Katie were making fun of him. All right. Because when I saw the video and I saw the way they laughed and how he said green tea, it's like, I think they were laughing at him, not with him. And I'm just saying, I feel like that happened often. He said something and his autistic boy, they're like, that's not the right, way to say it, or the right. I really do think they were laughing at him and not with him. Just saying. I've always felt that way. And it sounds like you guys kind of do too.
Thing ever. And
he's got some quirky one-liners.
Oh God, he was getting this. He was getting to where he had some good ones.
That's like a great sense of humor.
Green tea.
You're so goofy.
He's typically a very, very sweet boy. He can be quite temperamental, though, if he's overstimulated or if he's stressed out. He has a unique run. He runs like the Naruto anime character. When he's excited, he likes to dab, and he loves music. He loves to dance.
Finding his wittiness.
He was really coming into his wittiness and getting good one-offs and coming up with little funny.
Again, in the past tense, right? It didn't happen now. He's really witty. He's a really witty person. He's funny. No, it's all past tense. Again, this is something that you would do or talk about for a child that's no longer with us.
Jokes, and he's really developing his sense of humor and coming into himself in that way. Like he's every bit of a teenager. He has his good days and his bad days, but he was really starting to develop his own sense of humor and jokes and whatnot, because one of the things about him has always been he's been very literal. So like sarcasm very frequently missed on him. It's lost on him. He like if you look at him and go, you hurt my ceilings, he'll be like, it's not ceilings, it's feelings.
That cracks me up.
Like, it's a joke, bud.
He just seems like
when he is in a good mood and he is laughing, it's contagious. His smile is contagious. His laugh.
When he's laughing and in a good mood. And welcome, Aaron. Rawr. Welcome to the crime crew family. He was getting too smart. Yeah, weird. This whole thing it's more than weird. I have a lot to say, but I want to get through it.
It's contagious. When he's in a bad mood, it's, leave me alone.
Yep.
Hubby and I were talking about his eclectic taste in music. Tell us again some of the different artists that Sebastian liked. I know he liked Taylor Swift.
I am the worst person in the world for that. I am the worst for names.
Hey, Boston.
I'm one of those where I can recognize the songs, but for the life of me, I can't tell you the name and artist. He and Christopher, especially when we're driving in the car, they will play different songs, and Chris will be like, what's this song? And I'll be like, I don't know. And Sebastian's in the backseat going, Mom, it's this and this.
Yeah, because I'm sure he knows.
Oh, yeah.
And again, if you guys are watching this, I don't have to say too much, because if you read the screen too, listen to how hard Katie tries way too hard not to use past tense. That's happened this entire new interview, I should call it. I don't want to call it anything else.
He loves it. It's like one of their things that they do, and he's huge crush on Taylor Swift, of course, and super embarrassed about that if you call him out for it. He'll just turn as pink can be. But I mean, he loves almost all music, and I wish I could name off more names, but I'm just so terrible at it.
Because you didn't really care.
Ed Sheeran. He loves.
Oh yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
I know Eye of the Tiger was
Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder is one of the ones that he loves.
Eddie Vedder. Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? The chat, I bet the chat would be able to tell us all the different things that I probably can't recall in this very moment. And by the way, thank you guys so much for donating. And a big shout out to Anonymous, who donated $500.
Oh, my bless. Thank you.
As far as it coming up on the 2-year mark, Katie, I know when we spoke the other day, you had talked to me about wanting to find a way to pay it forward to honor Sebastian. And even after Sebastian is brought home safely, you would like to continue to do that. Do you want to talk about that?
This is a huge piece in this interview. In my opinion, Chris and Katie know exactly where they put him, where he is, not alive, and they're paying it forward for the people that are helping him even after what? After we find his body. This is one of the weirdest things that it got going on in this. Why would you be paying it forward when your son is not home? Why is that not being used to find him for assistance? It makes no sense. Oh my goodness, I just can't.
Yes.
Okay.
First and foremost, I pray to God we don't see a 2-year mark. I hope we bring him home.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that being
Yes.
said, even when we do bring him home, we were talking and thinking about what
That's
would
what I
Sebastian
think.
want. And we think that supporting
What?
other persons that are missing as well is a phenomenal idea, because we're not the only family in this situation, unfortunately. And as much as I wish that no one would ever go through this, it's real. And so we were thinking about potentially trying maybe to set up a scholarship in honor of Sebastian
in honor of Sebastian when he hasn't been found. We don't know that he's dead. You know that he's dead, but we don't know that he's dead. That doesn't make any sense to anyone. And I hope when you guys look back on this case, when Sebastian is found and people are charged, that you say, we knew it. We knew what we were watching was too close to Madeline Soto and the way Jen Soto and all the other guilty parents that give leakage. What are you talking about? Why are you raising money for other children in honor of when you haven't found him? Okay. All right. Good night, Angel of Truth. Good to see you. We still got to go over that bite. We still got to go over the bite mark. So, also, I want you guys to remember I'm playing this at 1.15 speed, and she's still talking really slow and being very careful about the words she says and not saying his name or anything in the past tense. All right.
name to help other families of missing as well, because there are other families who have perhaps a missing child that has siblings, and we now know how difficult that struggle can be, and we think that Sebastian would be happy to help them. And so one of the things that we had thought, like I said, was potentially setting up a scholarship to help support another family or another child in honor of Sebastian.
That's amazing. That's an incredible idea.
Even when Sebastian does come home, at least, that's something that you want to continue to do. And I love that.
The fuck
Absolutely.
is
because we talked about Sebastian, you feel is going to come home.
Yes. We just have to find him.
Wow, that's huge. He's coming home. We just have to find him. So why not help Sebastian by taking that money and bringing more people into it? Why would you give that money away to other children? Not even the children, but the siblings of what? That again, go back to the Jen Soto interview where she tells us that she talked to the news because she wanted to bring awareness for other children that were missing. Her daughter was only missing for like not even a full day, and we know all of the CSAM that happened to her. That makes no sense. Yeah, that's amazing. That's so cute. I love that picture. It's wonderful. What?
And that's why it's important for you guys to keep sharing these flyers. Because you've heard it here. His mom has faith. She believes that Sebastian is out there and that he's going to come home. I just wanted to see if there was anything that you wanted to add onto this clip of just what them reiterating what the FBI has said.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Thank you for that. I'm so grateful that y'all are willing to do what you're doing and to help spread the awareness.
Absolutely.
Sebastian is what matters. So
Really?
Sebastian is what matters. So that's a beautiful picture, guys.
I know.
Yes.
Sending you the biggest hug right now.
How can a teenager disappear without a trace? It is a question that has baffled the most seasoned of investigators for a year and a half. That's how long it's been since Sebastian Rogers vanished from his Hendersonville home. Nick Barris tells us in that time, the FBI has been able to.
I think this is the end. We're not going to watch this. She put another video together.
This is the system.
This is basically what I did at the beginning. So guess what, guys? We're going to get into those bite marks that you saw on my thumbnail. Thank you. I want to thank Holly because Holly is she's our mod, but she's also a follower of the Sebastian case. I believe she's been following the Sebastian case the way that we've been following, or that we've been covering the Madeline Soto case, where we know every detail of that case down to the second when X, Y, and Z. So Holly brought this to my attention, and it came out, I think, last week. It came out on actually December 7th, and it's called The Bite Marks. So we're going to go over that for the last part of our show. And the bite marks are pertaining to Chris Proudfoot. I just want Sebastian to be in the spotlight for today and go over this part of it now with Chris, and what real chance Sebastian had in life with those two. Not a lot. So let's continue. You guys we've been here an hour and 15 minutes. You guys are definitely rocking it with the memberships and helping with the goals. So thank you. What I will ask is please do me a favor and hit that like button. All right. And then make sure you share when you're done. So we're going to go over this. It came out a couple days ago. I've seen the bite mark supposition before. Again, this is just us speculating with feedback from experts. Okay. Jenny says, I had to shampoo the carpet real quick again. This has become a daily thing. All right. Justice for Sebastian. We just heard what Katie was doing for Sebastian on his day. And yeah, thank you for dropping the links. I do have the links in, I hope I have them in the description for this. I hope I didn't forget that, but I will put it up there. If not, let's go.
Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Happy birthday, Sebastian. Happy 17th. If you missed our birthday live earlier, go back and.
All right. And you dropped the link. That's Crime Time Buzz. All right.
The bite marks.
All right. Bite marks. There's bite marks that were bite marks, that pictures going around of Chris, and some bite marks on his arm. And then we look at Sebastian's, the way his teeth had the gaps, etc. So let's go.
If you're new to the case, we are talking about Sebastian Wainwright Rogers. He was reported missing at the age of 15. Today he is 17, and he was reported missing on February 26, 2024, last seen leaving the Texas Roadhouse with his mother in public on camera, February 25th, 2025, around 6:24 p.m. What occurred after that is we are reliant on mom's narrative, which is ever changing. So we do not have one timeline. We do not have one chain of events that occurred, and we do not know where Sebastian is, but we are not going to stop. We're going to bring him home. In one of the first interviews, the stepfather appeared with marks all over his arm. I'm sure TBI and Sumner County photographed, documented, tested those, but we were going to look into them too. And guess what? We here at Crime Time Buzz, I myself have, and I've asked for some medical professionals to weigh in based on bite mark size, dog bite marks, Yorkie mouse sizes, etc. And we have our answer. What you will see on our thumbnail is Sebastian's mouth. And that's important. Look at the rectangular shape of his.
And I hope you guys are understanding what's happening now. For those of you that have been here since the beginning of this episode, thank you. For those that just came in, watch this part and then go back and watch the interview after. If you've already seen the interview, you can skip it and just watch this part. I think this is important. All right.
Teeth. His two front teeth being longer than the others in his mouth. That's imperative for what we are about to discuss. Now, the stepfather claims
that he came home at 1:30 in the afternoon, the day Sebastian was missing, and the Yorkies, who had not seen him in so long, were so excited that they jumped all over him. They wrestled on the ground, they rolled around, and his arms were just all torn up. I'm sure TBI.
Does anyone believe this? Again, we made a big deal out of Stephen Stearns and Jen Soto wearing long sleeves, right? But we're not going to make a deal out of bite marks that look like that after a child's gone missing and you have some story that doesn't match up. What?
In Sumner County have documented this as well, put it forth in
Thank
front of
you, Heidi.
professionals to get their theory on it, but we did as well because they're not sharing that, nor should they, but I'm sure they've done it. Are you? So let's look at this a little bit. So I did pass on a picture of both arms and also a picture of Sebastian's teeth, and then this photo that was sent to me with the teeth mark on the arm next to Sebastian's mouth. And here is what we have learned. We have learned, my friends, that...
All right, here are the actual pictures. And listen, guys, I have 2 Yorkies. You guys have seen Wes and Pieces. I also have a Maltipoo. I've also had a couple of Bichons. None of those dogs, when they get excited, sit there and bite you. They're not Yorkie bites. I'll tell you that right now. That's just not. That's not. It's not. This is the weirdest shit, and that's why I'm showing it to you. Yorkies will bite your hand if you're feeding them because they're so excited to eat. They always get your fingers and you got to hold your hand flat like a horse, but they don't take bites out of your arms.
According to professional opinion, I had 3 weigh in that these are human bites, in their opinion, and 1 person weighed in that the images just were not clear enough for them to be able to make a decision. So 3 out of the 4 looked at this and said that they believe they are human bite marks. Now, they explained to me the sizing difference between a dog's mouth and a child's mouth or a teen's mouth or a human's mouth, and that does play a lot of part of it. However, most importantly are the types of marks that a dog's mouth leaves. And that is what I'm going to show you here. So these are Sebastian's teeth.
Now, this is actually Crime Time Buzz, and I believe I put the link. I put Crime Time Buzz, and I put the link from the interview in the description. Jennifer, she just likes to be called Cough, Jennifer Coffendoffer, but that's not her. Cockendocker. Hey, some people call her Cockendocker. They don't like her. Make a wish. 222. Wish Sebastian had a 17th birthday. All right, guys, hit that like button, please, if you like the way that I present true crime. Tiptoe, welcome to the crime crew. Good to see you. I hope you get a membership gifted to you at some point soon.
They are quite rectangular here, as you can see. They're not sharp incisors like a dog would have, and they tend to match the 2 rectangular prints that set right here in the arm. We're not accusing anyone. We are analyzing, speculating, theorizing. There is so little being given from law enforcement, which they don't have to give us, but some information would be nice. I know, I'm sure, I hope they did this kind of documenting and investigating based on bite marks on a stepfather's arm. What do you think? Anyway, look at the rectangular shape of the teeth. Matching, which is pointed out to me right here. 2 very deep indents that are rectangular, 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 rectangular. Okay, a little bit of an indent here, possibly from this tooth.
And I want you to know this would not be usable in court anyway, although they can put it out there for a jury to see if they ever got charged criminally. But I've seen this happen before, and the way the evidence in this case has disappeared over time, because I feel like they've taken too long to do what they did at the Proud Feet's home and everything. They haven't been looking at it as a crime, so I don't think there's going to be much. There's going to be much that they can put in court if they ever do find out what happened. All right, let's keep going.
And his bottom's here. Now, it is really important to notice that was pointed out to me is there is not tearing. There are not puncture wounds. like
Nope.
puncture holes, round puncture holes, and there is not tearing. The reason that is so important is if you look right here on this page,
bingo,
this
Ted
is
Bundy.
what a dog bite looks like. Dog bites have tearing here. See how it's
Bruising around
torn?
the
See the puncture wound here? See these punctures from a dog bite? Look at this. This is just torn skin. They don't just go in.
Now listen, guys. You guys know. Some of you guys don't know, but Mrs. Guilty is a dog groomer. All right, she's been doing that for almost since we've been together for 20 years, and she gets bit very often. Okay, and dog bites do not look like that at all, and they do bruise around the area. It will swell up, but those teeth marks, she, like I said, she gets bit at least twice a month. Every other week, she's used to getting bit because she's a dog groomer. That's not what they look like. I've seen them for over the last 17 years at least. And yes, Ted Bundy did use that in the Ted Bundy case to convict him because they didn't have DNA or anything back then. Nowadays, it's hard to use something like that and prove it. All right, good. That's that one of them is, not the other ones. Over here it is.
Bite like a kid would bite onto an apple and leave. They bite and they shake their head and they tear. That is not what is here. That is what is here in dog bites. This bite on the arm is not remnant. We don't see tears. We don't see incisor marks. Just
all right. In case you guys missed it, these are the pictures from the first interviews that Chris and Katie were doing. Those are the pictures from the interview. So if you just rolled in, Donna, that's what we had already said. So, and any of you guys that missed that, if you can go back, I don't want to make the people that have been here for an hour and a half go back. So these are pictures that they got from an interview with Chris.
Puncturing. We see rectangular.
Hey, and Brighton,
marks
good to see you, my friend.
That broke the skin. The major differences between dog and human bites are in their appearance, the bite marks. Human bites typically leave oval or semi-lunar marks with rectangular incisor impressions and triangular canine marks. I'll explain that. Triangular canine, they can be superficial abrasions or deep, often appearing in fights like fist hits, teeth, or abuse. So they can be deep if it's a human bite, depending on if someone's fighting for their life.
True.
Right?
Yeah,
but dogs will grab hold.
Yeah, you got to pull it
their
out.
heads and tear that skin open. Usually, it's not usually a clean in and out. And if it is, they are round. And let me show you the why. Let me show you real quick.
And the difference between
because a dog has these sharp teeth like fangs, and that's what's going to hit first. You're going to see poke holes from those teeth, like here, and here. Oops, sorry. And here. And see how this dog started to grab hold and tear. See the tearing marks? Now we want to go back here. The major difference between dog and human bites are in their appearance. Dog bites are characterized by long, deep puncture wounds from canines and straight incisor marks with a long, non-oval arch. Often cause more significant tissue tearing and deeper trauma. And that's what you're seeing on the left. We don't see this on the stepfather CP.
Me too. And if you know, Joseph, with Ted Bundy's case, they did that and they matched up perfectly. So yeah, I do wish I wish the photos were clear. I wish they would have actually got photos, and I hope law enforcement took pictures of his arm from the beginning in order to do that, because you can see those aren't really high res enough, but you can distinguish the patterns versus a person versus a dog. And I much rather have animals than people any day. Right. All right. Let's keep going.
His arm. But again, good investigators will have documented this arm, will have them in evidence, will have done the same thing we're doing here at Crime Time Buzz and spoken to individuals about what they see. They would have measured the bite marks in comparison to a small Yorkie or a 15-year-old male. A dog's front teeth do not make the same marks as a person's. They just don't. The marks can be distinguished by differences in tooth shape, arc form and inner canine distance. The distance between the teeth and the bite, the overall arch, are very different. Now, the incisor shape, the feature for human bite marks, you're going to see rectangular indentations like here on the arm. Dog bite marks, you will see oval to rectangular, and often tear mark.
And the reason I am even playing this is because the way it's explained is fantastic. They went above and beyond of overlaying it and seeing it and talking about it. Now I'm trying to give away some memberships right now. I'm trying to gift you all some memberships. So make sure you've got your membership gifting on and you've hit that like button. That way if you need a membership, it will pick you up. All right, let's go. Good point, Deborah. Deb always has good points. That's why we keep her here. Right, Deb? Right.
What I want to make sure we see here is here's a little Yorkie's mouth. Look at the size of a Yorkie's mouth.
You want me to go get my Yorkies?
That would be see these long teeth would be making these marks. This would come from a bite and then shaking and tearing. Same with here. Very different from what is on the arm here. See? Very different. These two front teeth are, in my opinion, almost depicted perfectly.
Yes, they
Even
are.
so much as the way they're set back, one set back a little bit.
I wouldn't even have showed
the people that I've spoken to believe these to be human bites on that arm.
Yep.
I did not tell them who the arm belonged to. I did not tell them who we thought possibly the bites belonged to. I asked them to analyze for me if these were bites or dog marks.
Well, you
now,
guys can see.
Here are the bite marks. If you look at the size of a Yorkie's mouth, this range is larger than a small canine Yorkie's mark.
I mean, guys, it doesn't take rocket science, but in order to lay the foundation for what's happening, you got to show both perspectives, right? And multiple perspectives, multiple dogs, multiple things. And I saw this picture and I was like, damn, how could you miss that? Now, I'm sure if you overlaid the actual size of his mouth when around the time you went missing, because that's an older picture, guys. When I took that picture and I looked at that picture versus him now, his teeth have kind of gone together a little bit more since then. He's grown up, but it's a clear, it's very clear, right? And I just gifted 5 memberships. I hope somebody that wanted one got one. Yeah, it's very clear what they done to this child. Welcome everybody else that just came in. Catherine, good to see you. All right. And Tammy, Polly, good to see you. All right.
Mouth. Here you will see again the teeth, the incisors that will make the puncture wounds. Here we see the rectangular teeth that could most likely, possibly, no one's accusing,
people
make these rectangular spaces. And one being set and turned a little, one being set and turned a little bit does fit. The important thing is stepfather said he was wrestling with the dogs.
Yep.
3 out of 4. One said they were too blurry to make an opinion. 3 out of 4 stating those look like human bite marks because 1, there's no puncture wounds.
Yep.
2, they are rectangular indentations and breaking of skin like a human tooth. 3, there is no tearing. And 4, the size of the arch of the mouth. Look at the difference between Sebastian's mouth, the size of the arch here,
and the
face, Yorkie's mouth. And this is not a puppy Yorkie.
Not even close.
Look at that difference of the arch, the span. I believe, my friends, that we have bite marks on those arms. Bite marks on those arms. And I'm praying investigators like TBI in Sumner County photographed his arms, took measurements.
Appreciate you.
Compared them to the mouth of those dogs versus Sebastian's dental records. That is what an investigation would do.
Yep.
I did not use his dental records because I'm not an investigator privy to his dental.
But you know what would help would be that money that they're raising for somebody else's autistic sibling, right? Because you could take that, they could have took the money they raised and went and got the dental records and had a real but why would they do that? Because then it would implicate them. Definitely not a Yorkie. I have 2 Yorkies in my house right now, and I've had other Yorkies and dogs that I've been around. That is not. But we use the money. Use that money for somebody else. Even Jason Jensen came here earlier, the fantastic PI, working on the Summer Wells case, working on the Rosie case that the 30-year-old cold case. They don't want that help, guys. They don't want it, in my opinion. All right. And yeah, that interview that we just heard was absolutely ridiculous. We now know why Chris doesn't let Katie go around on the YouTube streets and talk alone very often now, do we?
Records. I also don't have access to the Proudfoot dogs. Law enforcement did and does. They should have done all of the above. Taken photographs of the bites on his arms. When he says it was the dogs, they should have been measuring the dogs' mouths, taking photos of the dogs' mouths, and then also through Sebastian's dental records, matching those dental records to see if they matched with the bite on the arms.
Yep.
Do you have the confidence that was done? I did not, only because of the way the investigation has gone. And maybe it's just because they are silent human beings. I don't know. They don't want the public's help. I don't know. They don't want the marshal's help. I don't know. They don't want cold cases help, foundation's help. I don't know.
Yep.
But we did it ourselves. Look at the difference between the two.
And guys, I still owe you an episode about the Sebastian Rogers case and the corruption that's happening in that case. The lady reached out to me. The lady that reached out to me, I first said the lady because I didn't tell you who it was, but the lady that did reach out to me was the one that somebody tried to somebody reached out to this certain lady that reached out to me and said they were asking for a ransom. They told her that they had Sebastian and they gave all the information about a ransom, and she turned that into TBI, FBI. Nobody did a thing. At night is the one that picked up that and went to law enforcement, and then they kind of took a look at it. So a lot of corruption, and I have an entire episode that I told her I would do. So I still got to do that. Yeah, too many crooks in that town.
Yorkie's mouth, Sebastian's mouth, those bites. And now we know we don't see puncture wounds and tears. These are reminiscent of a human bite. Did law enforcement measure and photograph CP's arms? Did they measure and photograph the Yorkie's mouth? Did they take the dental records of Sebastian? Because in my opinion, and those that I've spoken to, because I'm not medically professional.
Now, if law enforcement isn't looking at this, I mean, they'd be looking at this, but also wouldn't they be looking if somebody told you that there was a ransom and they have Sebastian? Wouldn't you be looking into that right away too? All right. So if they're not going to look into somebody saying, we have Sebastian, I want this ransom, sending all the information to this person, literally they want crypto, how much, here are the bank accounts. Law enforcement didn't do anything about it. So why would they do anything about this?
Medically, these are human bites. And I can't think of another human being who would have bitten him other than a child who is missing and he had a terrible relationship with. I'm not accusing. I'm making a suggestion. I'm making a theory. And law enforcement, I pray to God you have this investigative work, because those, my friends, are human bite marks. We're going to talk more about it later on our live tonight. Don't miss it. We're going to talk about a few things, several things, the state of the case, but most importantly, I want to end with this. Happy birthday, Sebastian. You've been gone 650 days. We will find you and bring.
Well, we stand strong. We're Sebastian's army. We don't take sides. Again, if you guys want to find any of the things, any of the stuff in the interview, it's in my description. I put a link to Crime Time Buzz and to Lady Freedom's Raw Narrative. So that's what we have for today. We got through that pretty fast, an hour and 38 minutes. That's what we wanted to do today. We wanted to say happy birthday to Sebastian. 650 days at the time of this. Now, as of today, as of today, it's 4 days later, 654 days, nearly 22 months since Sebastian has gone missing. All right. So everybody that's here, thank you guys. I've seen the bite marks before, and I saw going around speculation at the beginning, but I hadn't seen any of this comparisons. Kitty Hawk says they scared the Cajun army off with violent threats of harm, as well as PIs, as well as everybody else, right? So why would that matter at this point? Happy birthday, Sebastian. Thank you. Husky Lover and Microwave Cheese that gifted 5 more Guilty of Crime memberships. I appreciate that so much. Microwave Cheese. We gifted probably over 20 memberships today. So I hope you guys got a membership that helps, help support the channel, but it also helps you to get merchandise and, give out the things that we give out. So covered a lot, Jay. Thank you. And Jason Jensen, you're very welcome. Thank you for all that you do. All right, guys. Much love to you. Lacey says thank you. Kitty Hawk and everybody else. Much love to you all. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I hope that you did learn something today, and I hope you keep the word out there for Sebastian. Arrest Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot. Let's get an actual real investigation. We're here for the support. All right, we're Sebastian strong, and we're going to stay that way. Thank you, guys. Love you. Ebony, thank you. Cheeky, thank you. Go back and rewatch if you can. Joseph, Mom, love you and love all you. Hit that like button and hype my video if you know how. Good night, guys. Mwah.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?